Hello guys, welcome back to episode number 61 of my Football Manager 2023 European Journeyman save here in Slovenia, our 7th nation on our list of 33 nations to win the top flight league. Done okay, we finished second last season. We are in the Europa League this season, which is going to help us out financially massively. We've also shifted 2 players on, which has put us back in the black in terms of finances. We have made a couple of signings. I wouldn't say we were any stronger, any worse than last season, at least according to the old media prediction odds. We're still predicted to finish 7th, but you can have a look there and you can see that there's 4 teams with the same odds. So a little bit of work to do to close the gap to Maribor, Olympia and Koper. Hopefully we can at least get 2nd again this season, but Maribor are still proving difficult to catch up to in terms of signing players. But again, that's down to the finances at the club. Now, a good run in Europe could help us out here. We've got £365,000 in the bank. We're under our wage budget, which is great. We've got £200,000 left in transfer budget. But it's the wages that I can offer people. The most, like I say, I can offer people is around about £600, and they just don't want to sign. But we have signed some players, and the ones that we have signed, we'll go through in date order. The first player in was Mattia Bigoni, on loan from Spezia, a centre-half to replace the departed Turicnik. He's not the best, but he's the best I could do, and we don't have to pay any of his wages, but he's going to be starting so far this season. Maybe we can have a little bit of a better January transfer window when we get some finances in from European football. Simone Lucia was another one who's coming in. He is from Sambiase, young 17-year-old Italian. He's in the under-19 squad. Hopefully he can develop a bit. He's got good potential at 4 stars. So we'll see where we go with him. He didn't cost us anything, so there is the potential to move him on for a little bit of profit, but we'll have a look and see. Next in was Gregor Poby, another centre-half, another young man, 19 years old. Free again, he's coming from Croatia. Now he is in the first team. He's got a decent value on him. He's potentially fighting with Lucia. No, is it Lucia? No, it's not Lucia. Bigoni. He's potentially fighting with Bigoni for that starting spot at centre-half alongside Reuter. Stojanovic, we've managed to get him back in on loan for this season. The board aren't happy about the finances involved, though. It's costing us £100,000, which is double what it cost last season. There is still that optional future fee of £275,000, but it's just money that I didn't have this season. So he's back again. He did okay for his last season. Nothing special, but again, it's the best I could do. The one player we've actually paid for some money for this season is Gados. He is a goalkeeper. It's touch and go as to whether he's better than Nikolic, better shot stopper, but in terms of his mental communication speed, not so great. So again, it's a toss-up between the two of them as to which one's actually better. And then last in was the starting right back for this season. Again, not a fantastic player in Lan Libar. He's Slovenian. He's coming from Maribor on a free transfer. He's played football for Maribor, and he's done not too bad. Not too many appearances, but he's done okay. He's actually been here on loan before we got here. But he is going to be the starting right back for this season. Just purely lack of people wanting to sign for us and the wages that I could offer them. In terms of the outs, though, there's been quite a few. There's been a lot of players left on free transfers, obviously, once their contracts expired, including Turicnik, who's actually played in the Europa Conference League already. He also got called up to the Slovenian squad in the European Championships and he did quite well there. But Peter did leave. He's gone to Koper as well for £475,000. Maybe a little bit under his value, but it's the most that they were willing to pay and probably could have held on to him. But there's been a couple of others gone out for small fees and on frees and on loans as well. But Andre Kompara has also gone to Koper. So Koper are financing us at the minute. Now, he's a player who never actually played a game for us. I believe he's come through the youth system here at Aluminij. Indeed, he has. He's been on loan for the last couple of seasons. But we managed to negotiate them all the way up to £450,000. And at that point, the board said, look, I was going to try and keep going. I was going to go try £500,000, £600,000. But the board at £400,000 went, nope, he's going for that amount of money. So he's gone. which is why we find ourselves in a decent financial position. So squad-wise, we're maybe about the same as last season. It's not great, but it is financially. In terms of the club info, the stadium is now at 1,402 capacity, which is great. I do believe that the board do want to extend it again. In terms of, I'm sure I saw it in here somewhere. Oh, it's there. Expand the stadium is a club plan which is in progress, apparently. The board will not be judging you on this objective, okay? But they want us to be competitive in the Europa League, qualify for the Europa Conference. Oh, no, that's for the league this season. They want us to qualify for the Europa Conference League at least. So that's top 3, 4, depending on who is the cup winner. And challenged for the Slovenian Cup as well. So they want us to do quite well in that. So that's the objectives for this season in Slovenia. Like I say, we're not going to be winning the league this season unless something amazing happens. Maribor did lose a little bit of form towards the back end of last season, but they are still far and away the best team in the league, especially if you have a look at the Media Dream 11. There's 9 Maribor players in there. The only ones who aren't Maribor players is the goalkeeper and then Marko Trop, who's actually a centre-back at Domajali. Now, I did try to loan him and I agreed the deal with Domajali, but Marko himself didn't actually want to come. So, there is still some work to do here at Aluminij, but hopefully we can have another good season, have a decent run in Europe and get ourselves some more money through the door, basically, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? But today's opponents, the first game of the season, the pre-season here is really, really short. We're 21st of July. It's starting a lot earlier than I'm used to, certainly managing in England. But first game of the season is away to Maribor. So, title credentials straight away on the line. In terms of the lineup that we're going to go for today, I'll just quickly sort it out. Zizmund is injured, so unfortunately he can't start for us today. But the starting lineup that we're going to go with for today, the central defence, is going to be Reuter and Bigoni, the two best centre-backs at the club, really. Obviously, Bigoni in from Spezia. Right back is going to be the new man, Lan Lieber, and Maran Stojanovic continues at left back for us following a successful loan spell last season. Villarreal and Rodic are the two centre midfielders. Rafael Duran is going to start on the right hand side ahead of Marin Mavric even, who is on the bench. But it is going to be Yuri Mavric on the left hand side with Bartley and Kambangu continuing up front. Now Kambangu, he's still transfer listed by request, and he's waiting for his minimum fee release clause to be met. So hopefully that doesn't get met because it is only £86,000. And he's actually predicted by the media to be the third highest scorer in the league. I'd really like to keep hold of him. He is under contract for quite some time yet. He's got another 3 years left on his contract, but he is without a doubt the best striker at the club. So Maribor, first game of the season. We'll get into it. We've got a couple of squad numbers to decide. Obviously players who came in after the deadline to decide the squad numbers. Whether we can pick up a result here against Maribor is going to be, I wouldn't say it's going to make or break our season, but it's going to be questionable whether we can. Of course, we have beaten them the last 2 times we've played them, including putting 7 past them in one game. So they're not invincible. They are beatable. But whether we can do it on opening day is a completely different matter, as they do have the first highlight. It is a corner, which is headed clear by Reuter. Good header away, but only as far as Low. All the way back to Prezi. Now Veselic out wide to the right to Kozar. Striding forward, he's been given a gap there, but Gadjos in goal makes the save. And now here is Libar, throw in to Rodic. Inside to Villarreal. Villarreal looking over the top towards Kambangu. Kambangu doesn't really anticipate that though, and it's easily cut out by the Maribor man. Now it's Milic striding forward, but Rodic does get back to him, finds Jure Mavric. Mavric over the top towards Bartley, but there's just slightly too much on it. And Anissa, the goalkeeper for Maribor there, does come out. We're only 5 minutes into this game and we've already had quite a few highlights. Maribor passing the ball around well to Horvat, the league's top scorer last season. The ball forward, well cut out by Bigoni. Libar should get there. Clears it down the line. He maybe had an easier pass inside. Pahor with the effort, but it's gone harmlessly over the bar, thankfully for Aluminij. Wow, highlights are thick and fast in this first half. Lee ball looking over the top. Kabangu's just caught on his heels again. And Anisa has the ball. Veselic, Kozar, back inside to Veselic. They've worked the ball well out of defence there. Now it's the right back Kozar striding forward. It's been allowed to travel a long way. A little back heel there inside. And it's another effort by Maribor. This time, thankfully, it's hit the crossbar. But they're getting close. Again, Maribor on the ascendancy. We have forced them back though. Now it's Gombok inside to Veselic. Forward to us. Havalic. Again, the names, they're so small above the players' heads and they move so fast and they're quite blurry when they're moving. It's hard to read them first time. Horvat's on the end of this though, and he's lifted that over the goalkeeper. We are going to get a VAR check here, so it could be disallowed for a possible offside, but clever finish. In fact, we're not going to get a VAR check. It is a goal. It's 1-0 to Maribor. Really clever finish. I'm not entirely sure what he did. He's just lifted it over the goalkeeper, who he sat down, went to ground quite early there, did Gadios. But 1-0 to Maribor. Now can we reply instantly with Labar? Finds Duran. Labar with the ball into the box towards Kabangu. Headed clear by Veselic though. Only as far as Reuter. Redic. Reuter again. Finds Labar, the right full-back. He's forced backwards though. All the way back to Gadios in goal. Finds Bigoni. Bigoni looking out left, but that's a shocking pass. Easily cut out by Kozar. But Mavric has won the wall back. Finds Stojanovic in towards Bartley. This is the opportunity. It's a tame finish. Tame effort from the Englishman there. Free kick on the edge of the area to be taken by Reuter of all people, the centre half. And it's a decent one. Oh, it's a great save by the goalkeeper there for Maribor. Great save. It was headed for that top corner. Duran is going to take the resulting corner in towards that near post. Headed clear though by Gombok and Milic to carry the ball out for Maribor. Gadios goes long, looking for Kabangu. Can he win the header? No, he doesn't even jump for it. Gombak with the ball. It's out wide right to Kozar again. Seen a lot of the ball in this first half is the right full-back for Maribor. Veselic forced back to his goalkeeper. That's good pressing by the Aluminij players. But they have worked the ball out well, and now it's Pessi, the left full-back. Feeds the ball forward towards Pahor. Now Pessi again. Not under any pressure. Finds Milic. Pessi looking for Pahor down into the channel, the left-hand channel, cuts back on the ball. It's a good ball across as well. It's a great effort. Great effort there by the Maribor player, but thankfully, again, for Aluminij, it has gone over the bar. And we do manage to make it into half-time, just the 1-0 down. Despite all the early highlights for Maribor, it has actually been a fairly even game. They've seen a lot of the ball, which is to be expected, but they saw that much of the ball when we beat them 7-2. Last season. A little bit of a slow start for us. We have got a lot of new players. It's something of a theme for our career in Football Manager 2023. We start seasons slowly and then we just pick up speed as we go along. We get better towards the end of the season. We've become almost unbeatable towards the end of seasons, but we just start so slowly. And this looks like following that same trend. It's a free kick in there, but it's headed clear by Labar. But Milic is going to pick the ball up. Finds Pahor. Little trick to get past his man. Stojanovic has just shoved him in the back. What was Stojanovic doing there? Is it outside the area though? We'll find out. I don't think it was. No. I've got no idea what Stojanovic was doing there. You could see it was a blatant shove. 2 hands in his back. As Lowe steps up to take the penalty, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. I think even if the goalkeeper had gone the right way, there was no stopping that penalty. It was right in the top corner. Brilliant penalty there by Lowe. Yeah, no keeper in the world is saving that. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Donnarumma, the big man that he is, the Italian goalkeeper, wouldn't have got anywhere near that. Right. Rare attack for Aluminij. We have made 3 substitutions while you were away, but Maribor have headed the ball away, and Horvat is bringing the ball out. He's managed to get it into our half. Finds Lau over the top towards Horvat again. He's onto it. He's in for 3. Janez Horvat makes it 3-0. to Maribor, and this has been a poor start to the season for Aluminij. We're 3-0 down. But the changes we have made, we've changed both the wingers. Perk Mavric is on. Kabangu's gone off as well. He's had a poor game. And Zagar is on. Zagar, of course, who we signed last season, has not really made much of an impact for us. But Stojanovic coming forward now down the left-hand side, gets the ball into the box towards Mavric. Lebar does get there, though. It's Reuter back to Bigoni into Villarreal, who's been quiet in this game, and he's dispossessed. And then he's dived in, and he's been sent off. Oh dear. We are self-destructing in this game. We have not had a great start to the season. But like I say, I'm not too disheartened. We do that anyway. We've always done that. We did it with SJK when we went to the title. We did it with Spartax as well when we beat Riga. And now Rodic has committed a foul, but the referee's way to play on. Mavric comes away with the ball, striding forward. It's another absolutely shocking effort. I believe it got a deflection. But we have got the corner, which is going to be taken by Mavric. And it's towards that near post again. Headed clear, though, by Horvat. Lebar picks up the ball. I just want this game to end now, Football Manager, please. It's been a poor show. Although Perk's almost in, Horvat does clear it away. As far as Lau finds Veselic. They're just taking the time on the ball now. Pinteric feeding it forward towards Horvat, but it's well cut out, and Reuter clears it towards Perk, who gets his head on the ball, but only as far as a Gombok. Now it's Horvat, the defender Horvat. They've worked the ball out wide to the left to Pahor, finds Havalic. Veselic on the right-hand side. He's got space to move into. Finds Lau. Cuts back on that left foot. Good ball into the box towards Pahor. It's gone just wide of the post. For Maribor, Gadios has not had the best of games here in goal on his debut. Villarreal has also got a red rating next to his name. It's not been the best of starts to the season, really, has it, for Aluminij? And thankfully, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more highlights. No. So there's your answer. Can we topple Maribor this season? No, we can't. We're going to have to go for a third season, I do believe, in Slovenia. Now, that'll probably make this the longest that we've ever been in a nation, if that does happen. But judging by that performance, it does look like it's going to happen. So there we have it, guys. First game of the season done. And we sit at the bottom on goal difference, which is not really where we want to be, is it? Maribor are going to be very, very hard to knock off that top spot. And based on that match that we've just seen, we're not going to do it ourselves this season. We need to have a decent run in Europe to get some finances. Our next game is in Europe. We don't know who we're playing yet. Get through a couple of qualifying rounds. It could make all the difference to our season, particularly once January rolls around. Maybe get some players in through the door. Kick on in the second half of the season. But guys, that's the end of today's episode. Thank you very much for being here. As always, we'll come back after 12 games, like we normally do, a third of the seasons at the time. See just how we're getting on. See if we can take that fight to Maribor. But like I've just said, based on that performance, we're not going to this season. But I'll see you all in the next episode, guys. Hopefully, like I say, we're there or thereabouts. But cheers, guys, and I'll see you next time.